What is up, everybody? Three into possible here.
Yes, sir.
We got the full squad back in action. Fresh off a Billikens win over George Mason. It's always big time. But
They're
fellas,
not gonna make the tournament, but
hey, watch your mouth. Watch
they
your
better
mouth.
win the A10.
Hey, A10's only getting one team this year.
Yeah.
Whoever wins that tournament, that's who it's going to be. But all right, fellas, we are at about the halfway point in the NBA season. Most teams have played about 41. So we got to give a little bit of a landscape of the NBA. We're going to start doing some power rankings. I think power rankings will be good for this show. Really get to.
People out here say wild things.
Yeah, they sure do, don't they, Joe? They sure do. But let's get to a little news before we. Let's get to a little news before we get to the power rankings. Fellas, Steph is back. We got Steph Curry back. The Warriors were able to manage 6-5 in his absence, and I'd say that's pretty good. Now, the only kind of caveat to that, though, is halfway through the season, the Warriors are sitting at the 8 seed, 20-21. They're only a game out of the 6 seed to get out of the play-in game. So when we talked about this before, I think the consensus among us was we are worried about how far they would have to climb to get to a respectable seed for the playoffs, depending on how much time Curry missed and how good or bad they did. So I want to know from you guys. And again, a game out of the 6 seed, they are only 7.5 out of the 1 seed. So they've, it's not crazy far away. How confident are you guys in the Warriors with where they sit right now? Joe, why don't you kick it off?
I'm not too worried. They're not going to be in a play-in game. They'll move up. Like the West is just so wild right now. It's kind of crazy where when you look at the stands, what people are. I'm not worried. Steph gonna get it together, and he's gonna start doing what he does. They may go on a 5-game win streak, and we'll stop talking. My biggest concern is Jordan Poole. I thought Jordan Poole should have made a bigger step with Steph being out. He got paid, and he really ain't been doing it for me this year. I'm concerned about that. That's my biggest concern about the Golden State Warriors. It ain't Steph. I'm not too worried about Clay either, even though he's still not quite the same dude. It's Jordan Poole who they need to step up. That's my biggest concern. But at the end of the day, I'm really not too concerned. Like you said, they're 1 game out of the 6 seed. Wouldn't be surprised if they moved up to a 5-4 seed. Like at the end of the day, they're gonna go on a run. Steph's gonna get hot and have a couple 40-point games, and they will go on a run. It's just the first half of the season. There's a lot of games left.
Yep, a lot of games left. They did lose their first game back with Steph to the Suns, who have been struggling without Devin Booker.
Andrew Wiggins was out for a while. Yeah, they've just been injured.
Yeah, they're just finally getting all their people back. So Devion, what about you? What do you think? State of the Warriors right now. Are you concerned? If I had to ask you on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being most concerned, 1 being zero concern at all, where would you be?
3.
3. Okay.
I because I think we talked about it before. Like somebody was gonna get hurt on the Warriors. It was gonna be as long as, like I said, as long as they can keep it around like that, above 500, around 500, I wouldn't be too worried about them. Jordan Poole, yeah, I'll give you that. Like you would think you would want to see a little bit more from him, but I'm like, he gets you a dub, he gets you this. It might not be where, we gotta think about it. He's not Steph. Like he can't do what he does. You know what I'm saying? But we have like a little glimpse of him, think he'll be great, but as a third option, bro, amazing. Nice. So the numbers
here's the thing
crazy,
though, Devion, like, is he really that good as a third option? Like theoretically he should be, right? Like when you see someone as talented as Jordan Poole,
he dribbles too much.
He is great as a third option, but like when they have Steph, Wiggins, and Clay and Poole's back to coming off the bench, he's not very effective. Like he's not scoring very efficiently. I'm kind of with Joe. Like I don't love it. Like he should be worst case scenario, like a 6 man of the year type candidate. Like he's got that much skill offensively, but it just doesn't seem like he's got the mentality to do that. Like it takes a special person to be able to,
Jamal Crawford.
humble enough to take the role off the bench and not be labeled a starter, but then still have that attitude. I'm gonna go out there and kill it and make an impact on this team. And I don't think he
I
does that
don't.
very well.
I don't think most players in the NBA can do that. To be honest with you, until they get old. So he's better off like what we described with Jordan Poole. I don't think we really gonna see that until he goes to some other team, some shitty ass team where he can go in there and ball out, and
I don't
then he
know,
can
man.
do all
Like,
that dribbling stuff. I'm not look. Like I said, do I think he will ever be better than like Clay is with or without this system? Not even close. I think he'll be a good player. You'll have like 2 or 3 good seasons from him with another team, and then he'll just fall off the earth. That's what I personally think about him. But he's exciting to see. But it's not Warriors basketball. Yeah, he does dribble a lot. I'll give you that. This dude is a damn and one mixtape player. For real, for real. But even with all that bullshit, look at him right now. They're only 2 or 3 games behind from really being in like the 5 seed. Which
yeah,
I
but I
think
mean, he's
ultimately they're
gotten to
gonna end up
play
getting
his
there.
kind of role the majority of the
Mhm.
season with all the injuries they've had. I like, to me, like, I don't know, when you're on a team like the Warriors, you would think someone, especially that, like, he's not. It's not like he didn't have this entitlement of like, oh, you were like the 4th overall pick or anything. Like, he
No,
at some
you're
point
right.
had to work his way up. So I just don't understand. Like, you got a little bit of fame, you got a bag, you got all, like, and now you want to
Ego, man.
start doing too much. Like, I don't know, I don't get it.
Still got concussion
Fame
from
is
Draymond punch.
fame is a hell of a drug, and it's the hardest drug to overcome, my boy. So it's you right, but it's like I said, I still don't think even with him playing like that, it's not gonna hurt him. I think he's gonna do what he needs to do. And Steph, really, honestly, I'm giving him too much credit. I give you that. I'm giving him too much credit. Steph and Clay and what Draymond does makes up that much where the gap is they close the gap that much between everybody else's bullshit and then what you know that what I'm saying, if you get what I'm saying, like they just make it that much easier where none of that nonsense matter. Draymond gets on a get it together, he comes back, he'll score, go on a little run, and that's what they need. Steph gonna come in here and you can't stop him. So it's just like as long as he can be, have like sprinkles of what we think he gonna be great, that's all they need. Because you
All right,
got
so I'm
2
gonna
killers.
go. I'm gonna go
You know?
more. I'm a little more concerned, I think, than either of you guys. I still think that they are like title contenders this year. I'm not as confident as I was before the season, though, when I was thinking like they were my for sure pick out of the West. I'm gonna go concerned to a 5. Not like like raising the alarms or anything, but the thing that I'm noticing with them, and it's hard to really say this with a lot of certainty because of how injured they've been. The depth of like the grittier players is missing, and that kind of concerns me with them. They don't have the Otto Porters or the Gary Payton the second. Like, they don't have those guys. They got a lot of finesse off the bench, and they already have a lot of finesse in their starting lineup with Steph and kind of Clay now. Like, the only like kind of hard-nosed players I feel like they really have are Draymond and Looney. Like, those are the only ones that I feel like kind of are willing to do the dirty work. I think they're kind of missing some of that, and I think that might
You're not gonna
bite
give
them
Wiggins
in the
any little
playoffs.
respect. I thought he didn't change his mentality after last year. You don't think a little
No,
bit?
he did. He did. I still don't.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't call him
Still
like
don't
a
trust him.
gritty player. Like,
That's fair.
he is bought into the Warriors system, and he deserves a lot of credit for that. And he has completely earned that respect and changed the narrative of him from Minnesota. But I still wouldn't quite go gritty with Andrew Wiggins. But that's just me.
They only
Maybe I'm
got
being a little
one.
too harsh.
They only got one player like that, bro.
They got 2. They got Draymond, and I think Kevin Looney has earned that.
I give you that. Looney is. I think he earned that. Because when he missing, it's a big difference when he plays and when he doesn't play. I
He's
give you that.
undersized.
I give you
Like,
that.
like
Elbows,
he,
watch out.
Yeah, he make it hard. He gonna go up for the hard rebounds. He don't care about
Yeah.
throwing balls. Yeah, he's solid. I'll give you that.
All right, so we
That's
got
okay.
one superstar back. Let's talk about another superstar now that is going to be out for at least a couple weeks. Got hurt on Sunday. Kevin Durant sprained his MCL. Kind of innocent bystander. Jimmy Butler went up for a layup and landed on his leg and kind of rolled up on him. So it doesn't sound like it's too bad. They said it's going to be at least 2 weeks. They're going to kind of check back in. You always gotta get worried with somebody that's like as long as Kevin Durant, I think, and older with other lower leg injuries in his past. But Devion, you can start this one. What's your level of concern for the Nets now that KD is gonna be missing at least a couple weeks?
All right,
And the
now
Nets
this
have been
one,
playing some fucking basketball.
yeah.
They had been playing
Oh.
some goddamn basketball.
Nah, but this gets I'm at like a 6 or 7. Like they haven't, they've been playing great, but KD was playing when they were playing great.
Yeah.
You know, it's a thing. Like I like Kyrie a lot, but like I said, I love Kyrie, but we've seen when he's the only option, the number one option, he's the only option. It don't go too well for him. Can they keep the momentum going? Possibly, but KD, he comes in there even when things get too rough. You can come in and count on the basket for KD. Everybody else can be missing. He can come here straight 3 straight, bring you back to reality. He's like, hey, bro, don't forget, I'm KD. They don't got that no more.
No,
So now you got
What was
Kyrie.
you said 7?
I'm at
7?
I'm at 6 or a 7.
6
I'm
or
really
7?
closer to a 7, honestly, because it. Will, this is what you were talking about, like the uncertainty about them, and this is where it's like, all right, now it gets kind of scary. If they all playing, I bet my money on them. But if one goes out, particularly KD go out, I have a 0% chance they have a win at anything. Really, a 0% chance. So because they need both of them to win. So this scary. I think they still gonna have a lot of good highlights. Will they win some games? Yeah. How long will the streak and stuff keep going? I don't know now. I think in the next, 3 to 5 games, you're going to really see if you really should be worried with them, because I think you're going to see
hopefully
pretty
for their sake,
fast.
it's only 3 or 5 games that Durant's out.
Yeah, if it goes longer than that.
If it goes 2 weeks, it's only 3 or 5 games. Right now, they're sitting a game and a half behind Boston for first place in the East.
That matter right now.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're pretty comfortably in the top 3.
Yeah.
I think I guess not really.
They are. They're all tied. It's like
really.
It's a 3-way tie.
Shit, they all like a couple games, 2 or 3 bad games. They, they can fall down. You know what I'm saying? They can literally 3 or 4 bad games. They can be 5 or 6 seed.
Joe, what are you thinking? What's your level of concern with them?
I'm at an 8. I'm hella concerned.
Wow, an 8.
And this is exactly what happened last year. They was in the exact situation last year, balling. KD got hurt, and what happened?
Well, he missed a lot more time than what they thought.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They lucky it's just an MCL sprain. It could be longer than 2 weeks too. You don't know. This is like not the first time he's dealt with.
Yeah, the thing that's kind of lining up a little nicely for them is the All-Star break should
help.
Give them an extended break if they want to use it.
It's not that I'm worried about KD coming back from the injury and how long he's going to be out. I'm worried about his mentals. That's what I'm worried about. Because that is
an unfortunate thing you have to always be worried about with that team and that collection. It
wasn't that long ago when he asked for a trade. Watch if they lose 5 games when he's out. He ain't gonna be saying he gonna be putting pressure on the organization again.
Oh, you saying like you don't think he really over like that trade shit? That's what you.
No, not at all. I don't think so. I think it helps that they.
I think the way they're playing right now, I think he's
right
over
now helps.
now.
Yeah, right now helps.
I think for it to get to that level with him, I think they would have to lose games with him on the court. Like I think for a guy like Kevin Durant, I think if they lose without him, I don't think
he's gonna be like, they need me.
Shit, that's an ego boost, low key feel. Real shit.
Well, it's not even necessarily that. It's just like, well, I'm not there. Like they should.
I gotta go to Kyrie double time to ask questions. Can't just go to KD. Something gonna happen. I'm concerned. This happened last year.
I ain't worried about
a little too much interview pressure on Kyrie now that KD's not there.
Kyrie go ball, bro. It's just
of course Kyrie gonna ball, but
no one's ever worried about Kyrie Irving playing
it's
basketball.
just
it's
that one guy who can. Yeah, it's just the one guy who can just bring it all together and save them from.
Hey, Joe, you might be kind of onto something. You're kind of making me want to change my answer a little bit. They go on a little 5-game skid, and they get a little testy with Kyrie in the press.
all it takes. That's all it takes.
Damn, bro. I don't like getting on about that, but you got a point, though, bro.
It's actually like not out of the question. This is interesting. I see this one different for you guys too. I'm at like a 2 level of concern for the Nets. I think they're playing so good right now. I don't think they're going to fall that much. And even if they lost every single game that he doesn't play in, I think they would still be within a game or two of the top 3 seeds. And to me, that's all that really matters. You're not going to, like the East, you're not going to have a fun time once you get past the first round. So as long as they're in that top 3, I'm good. Like, you're in a good spot going into the playoffs. Whoever ends up in that 4, 5, 6, and obviously the play-in, rough stretch for you. You didn't even get one round. That's going to be slightly easier. So I'm not that worried about now. If this becomes a 4 or 6 week absence, okay, then yeah, I'll start ratcheting up the concern I have for them. But 2 weeks, you figure they played maybe two games 1 week, 3 games the other. He misses 5 games, something like that. I'm not that worried about it. They were playing way too good for me to be all of a sudden concerned about how the Nets are playing.
They got what? Miami, Boston, OKC, Spurs.
All right, so they should be able to get OKC and San Antonio
Suns.
without KD.
Yeah.
Get 2 of those.
No, they can get the Spurs and you think they can get OKC?
I just watched the Heat go in there with 8 players and get them without Bam, without Hero, without Lowry.
That's a better team. That's fair. I'm just saying, man.
I can't tell.
Shea Gilgeous can have a good night.
Shit, when they missing all that, bro, I don't know. It was
Jimmy Butler and Oladipo, and then Dedmon, as the 9th player, decides to throw a fucking massage gun.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Goddamn court.
That was crazy.
Like they weren't down 5 people already. I was like, all right.
That was wild. That was super wild.
I was ready for Dedmon to be cut, like in the middle of the game.
I'm surprised. Yeah,
to get up off the bench, go in there and say, "Get the fuck out of here! Don't come back." That's what I was waiting for. I'm still waiting on it, honestly.
Boy, can't wait.
You know what? He's been like the worst player on the fucking league this year. I would rather have this.
He's been the worst player in the league a couple of times. I don't get the.
Bro, it's so like he'll go to a team.
Like, he's still in the league. What the hell?
Bro, like he'll go to a team and like that first little stint he has, great.
And the fans love
like
him
the little
too.
like the last like I can't remember. I think it was the final year. I don't know. Recently signed. I was like, oh wow, this is fantastic. How is he a free agent? Now I'm like, I see exactly why you were a fucking free agent.
He tricked your dumb ass too. He got you too.
I was like, is a backup big? I'm like, yeah. He can kind of shoot the third. No, you're done. Get the fuck out of my face. I'm done with him. But speaking of that game, the Heat broke a record in that game. Most free throws made without a miss in a single game, 40 of 40. Jimmy Butler tied the NBA record of going 23 of 23. Are you, Joe? Are you impressed by this feat? Are you impressed with the 1-point win over OKC that you were apparently slightly hyped up about?
I'm not really impressed. Actually, it just, to me, I just use it as an argument to laugh at people who say college basketball is better than the NBA. Because if they took 43 throws in college basketball, they probably would have went 21, 23 for 40. And it's laughable to me. I hate college basketball because they miss so many free throws and they call so many fouls, and you still can't make free throws. So to me, it wasn't that big of a deal. It's what you're supposed to do. About time people are actually making free throws. I don't get how more people in the league can't make 70, 75% of their free throws.
I mean, 40 of 40 is pretty fucking impressive, Joe.
It is impressive, but it's whatever. I looked at the Utah Jazz, who had the record before in 1982, and I couldn't tell you. I looked at everybody on that roster, and I was like, who?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying this means that the Heat are just full of superstars or anything.
Hey, nah, that's what made it. That's what makes it so impressive. Because the only time people had fundamentals and they were making shit like that is when they couldn't jump. So you get what I'm
That's
saying?
funny.
So I take that 40 for 40 without a miss, bro. That's impressive. I don't care how you shake that up.
Hey, you know what the icing of the cake was? Bro. The record breaker came with 1 second left to take a 1-point lead to win the game from Jimmy Butler.
That was nice.
Cherry.
You know why? I think that's so impressive, and I like it. Remember last year, what we talking about? What happens if Jimmy Butler makes this shot, makes shit like this, and he, that's like makes me
give man credit for making free throws.
No, but it's
first of all, it was an and one. Take a little bit.
But you got to think about the setup is like down
That's
in
what
the
he should
line
have
like
did
the
last year.
playoffs.
That's right. In the playoffs, that's
Yeah,
what he
you
should
get what I'm
have
saying.
did.
So
You're right
all
about
that shit, in my opinion, like
But they wouldn't have called a foul though. In the end of the game.
it don't matter. It don't matter, but it's
At
the
all.
mentality and it's the what we said like last year. If he fixes this, it could be too early to say, but
No, they
people
suck.
like Jimmy Butler, it ain't like, oh, this gonna get worse. He's going to get better. And when it comes to the playoffs, in his mind, I already made this shot before. This easy, I could do it again. Like that's why I'm saying that's
I wish I
impressive,
could share this optimism with you, Devion, but I've just
man.
watched too many of the
Hey,
Heat games this year.
They're not good this year.
Will don't
I'm just
Will
not buying into it yet.
Will
The
highlight
role
Lakers,
pieces
bro.
aren't there. The role pieces aren't there.
No, the main pieces are. No one can stay there for more
Yeah.
than 2 fucking games.
Yeah, and watching the
Bro,
Lakers is 10
but it's
times worse.
cool. Y'all still in the playoffs and y'all still in a decent
No, but see, here's the
situation
thing.
with the
I-
Bulls.
Even when
I-
the Lakers are playing well, they still hard to watch.
Devion,
Thank
I
you.
would be
Y'all
with,
got these
Devion,
problems,
I
bro.
would be with you. I would be with
Come
you.
on.
I was so ready to be back on my Heat, but then we lost to y'all with no LeBron and no AD. I was like, I'm done with this fucking team. This entitled ass.
It happens.
pretty
Look, every
That's pretty
team get
bad.
one. Look, every team
That's
get
pretty
one.
bad.
Every team get one like that.
Bro,
What
the
was
Heat got like 10 of them this year. I'm done. I'm done giving them like, oh,
There
they
you
just
go,
played
look at
down
somebody
tonight.
look
No,
at
they
Sean.
do it too much. We're 22-20.
Yeah, y'all
Bro,
good,
just
bro.
not that good. Just not that good. Sorry.
Hey, bro. Y'all still y'all look for y'all to be as shitty as y'all are. Y'all still in a good position because all it takes is for y'all to go on a little
I'm not
6-game
writing the
run.
season
Y'all
off,
be
but I'm
cool.
just saying, as of
Yeah.
now, they don't deserve any hype. We're moving on. We missed a little.
That boy, I hate it. I feel
Scuffle.
you. Here, a sad fan.
No, I'm just real. I'm like, I was hyping them last year, but they don't deserve it right now.
Quick. That's funny.
When they start to deserve it again, I'll hype them. They don't deserve it right now. Stack a couple of these together.
Shit.
They lost to the fucking Nets after KD went out.
Showed it.
Lame
Yeah.
ass team. Bam Hero did go out in that game as well, but whatever. All right,
Boy, you
did y'all see
funny.
this? Mo Wagner and Killian Hayes got into it in a
Put them to sleep.
super exciting Pistons Magic game.
So, how was the
So
Pistons?
early on,
Let's say
early.
night-night.
It's always the Pistons.
How was
But
the
yeah,
Pistons?
Mo Wagner kind of gave Killian Hayes a little bump. Then they came down, they got in each other's face, and he hit Mo Wagner in the back of the head and put him to sleep. He just fell right into sleep at Ian Stewart's
They had to catch him
arms.
from falling. That shit
Yeah,
wild.
it was wild.
That boy, yeah, he hit that boy dead spot in the back of his
What did
head.
Killian Hayes get? He only got a couple games, so I was surprised as hell by that.
Mo Wagner got 2 games. What did Killian Hayes get?
3 or 6. I don't even think he didn't get many.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot. I was surprised because he
Me
did
too.
throw a punch.
And it connected.
3 games,
Yeah.
3 game suspension.
Yeah, that's not. I was surprised by that.
That's
I
not
thought
that.
Adam Silver-
That's not
I
that.
thought Adam
bad.
Silver was gonna go off. on him.
I think because it didn't turn into like a bigger thing, I think that's what kind of saved him.
Yeah, if that was a brawl, hey, bro, they had.
Yeah, and then more people start throwing punches. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Man.
think.
Come on, that's
all right.
that's the first time in a minute we seen a. Well, no, we did just see a punch connect not that long ago.
Well, and then we saw Ian Stewart, Piston, try and
But he
like.
didn't connect.
Yeah, but I mean that to me was way more
That was
out of
worse.
control than
I
what
agree.
this
That
was.
was worse. I agree.
So, yeah, I mean, you know, we don't spend a ton of time talking about the Pistons or the Magic, so it seemed like a fun opportunity to bring them up. But
Hey, the Magic are fun to watch. First of all,
hey, they're the
They're
most
tall
they're the
as
most
hell.
fun team that's gonna win like 25 games. They're the
Yeah,
most
yeah.
fun 25 win team to watch. Like, I swear.
Most fun, terrible team.
Actually, I can't go that bad. They
Everybody
already
on
got
that team is 6'9" or taller besides Jalen Suggs. Like they just a tall ass team. They fun to watch.
Hey,
Yeah.
Paul is
Paulo's
playing
moving.
well. Yeah.
Oh shit.
And
All right,
Pistons-
Devion.
But yeah.
I want to know whose side you're on though in this scuffle. Or if you got to take a side, whose side you taking?
Damn, it's like you're really picking the right side. Shit, Pistons. Not gonna lie. Cause like you know what I'm saying? It's really because he didn't hurt himself, but like, bro, we've all been in when you're in a full sprint and you tap somebody.
You hit check them like
That-
that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you check them, bro. That could you can
You can't hurt
somebody
somebody.
like that. You can just that could have been his season. Shit, he had reacted like that, bro. Man, I don't know. Shit, we all done been in the heat of the moment. He just gave him a
Yo,
little.
game, that's probably gonna happen.
Look, gave one of them little boops in the back. Just hit him with a boop. Yeah, I'm with him though, because that could have went badly, like for bro. So and that was petty too. And I'm maybe because I see Grayson Allen do this bullshit like that so much. I hate seeing
I like
these little
Grayson
players
Allen.
just boop. So hey, he gave him a little boop.
Joe would
Gave him
like
a little
Grayson
boop
Allen.
back. I know I hate watching him play, but I'm not gonna lie. I hate watching him.
Mo
play.
Wagner also did this. I can't remember if it was this game. He did it like that same type of thing very recently, if not the same game. So
Oh yes, he
I
did.
think
Yeah,
there's a
now we
little
got a problem. If you know
building
for doing
frustration.
that,
Yeah.
if you know for
And you
doing
getting
that, it's a
dubbed,
problem.
bro. They getting dubbed. Why you doing
Yes.
all that? Because you
Yes.
getting dubbed, bro. Just let the ball go out. Like you're not saving the game right there, bro. You're getting dubbed. Like
Yeah, you're right.
that's cool, bro. He took a little nap. He woke up, thought about what
Joe,
he did.
whose side are you on?
I'm
Whose
with
side you taking?
Devion on this. I'm gonna kill the Hayes side for real. Like, yeah, it's a bad look. You can't throw that punch and put dude to sleep. Like, yeah, that's not the best reaction, but it's understandable.
Boy,
Completely understandable in the heat of the moment. You full sprint for a ball and somebody tap you, you that's gonna be your first reaction. Like, oh no, nah, dude, think I'm playing. Like,
It honestly looked like he wanted to like really punch him.
No, he wanted
but
to hit
then
him.
realized he had his back to him, and then kind of
He's
was
like-
he eased up
He
on
did
him a
kinda-
little bit.
He did.
just
He
hit
did.
him like this. I'm like, bro,
You can't
He
suck
thought
that
he
hard.
thought about sucker punching him like right in the cheekbone.
Yeah.
like,
and
boom.
just said,
Nah, I'll just get you.
"Boop,
I'll
I'll
get you a
get
little
you like
bleed.
that."
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I'm on Killian Hayes side. Mo Wagner, stop doing that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Stop doing that shit.
Dumbass. If he got one extra game for
I bet you
a
is.
punch, I'll take
Hey.
that too. That's worth it.
Worth it to remind somebody. None of that cheap shit.
Yeah,
None of that cheap shit.
we men. Like at the end of the day, we men, bro. You
Because
can't just be out here
the thing
hoeing
is,
me.
like, when a lot of players do that kind of that cheap shit like that, it feels like there's like this arrogance or this like almost privilege of like we're in
Yeah.
a basketball game, so they're not
Yeah.
actually gonna do anything about it.
Yeah,
So Killian Hayes is
disrespectful at a
little
different
quick
level.
reminder, like, it's not gonna be what would happen if we were just in the LA Fitness.
Not
Yeah.
at all.
He trying to hold him like low key, trying to hold him. It's like, what the fuck you gonna do about this? You know what I'm saying? That is
That's
like I like
exactly what-
that's like internet bullying. Like he talking crazy, but then you see him in person, you're like, nah, brother, it was just on internet games. So yeah. Ultimate disrespect, boy.
right.
Man.
I think it's time. I think it's time for the 3 into possible power rankings. Which one of y'all want to go first? All right, Joseph. Joseph, you're going first. 3
Here
into
we go.
possible power rankings. Your top 5. This is all NBA. So
Should
now
I
we're
start
not
at
doing
5?
East, whichever way you want to do it, player. Whichever way you want to do it.
All right, I'm gonna start at 1. And I hate to do it. My top 5 halfway through the season at the halfway point. You gotta give it to the Celtics. Like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown been balling. I know they've had some moments where they don't look that great, but overall, they've probably been the most consistent team. They the best team. I hate to say it. I'll give it to the Celtics. Second,
So hold on. Let's pause on that one.
Uh,
Who did Joe have missing the playoffs before the season? His now
did.
number 1.
I did. It's halfway
Power
through the
rank
point.
team,
It's
the
halfway
Celtics.
point. Hey, bro, they proved me wrong, dog. They proved me wrong. I was
Bro,
wrong.
we told you not to say
I'm
that.
sorry.
man.
Keep going. Keep going.
They
Keep
look
going.
good.
Told you, my boy.
They look good. That was unnecessary. Second, I'm gonna have to put the Milwaukee Bucks. Like Giannis is that dude. Like, you're the best player in the world. You gotta give it to Giannis. Like, and they're not even all the way healthy yet. So I gotta give it to them mainly because Giannis. Then I'm gonna put the Brooklyn Nets third. I like even without KD. I mean, KD and Kyrie together, they've been balling. It was a rough start, but they getting it together and they rolling. Sucks that they're gonna lose KD, but they've been balling right now. It's crazy why they've been balling. So I'm gonna give it to them.
All right.
Fourth, I'm putting the Grizzlies up there. Memphis. They've been having injuries too, but they keep winning. They keep finding a way to stay up there. I love Ja. Ja just had another monster dunk tonight. Wait till you see it, dog. Oh, that was crazy. So you gotta put them up there, give them their respect. And then lastly, on my top 5, I'm putting the Pelicans on there.
Okay.
I'm putting the
Okay,
Pelicans
Joseph.
I don't think. Okay, I'm just saying Denver has a better record than them, but I don't trust them. Jokic is a monster. He doing his thing, but
Bro, that boy is
everybody else on that team, I just don't. They don't give it to me. Philly, I like Philly, but I still don't trust them either. Cavs, I don't trust the Cavs either. They a good team. They'd be a
What do you
good one
mean?
of
They
them.
got MVP Mitchell.
They do got the MVP Mitchell, but they go break. What we see at Utah. What we see at Utah. They win the regular season and then flame out in the playoffs. It's gonna be the exact same thing. So that's why
Different
I went with the
organization.
Pelicans. Same player.
I'm sorry,
I'm
Joe.
going
I'm just
with
trolling you for your wild takes from
Nah,
preseason.
no. Hey, that Donovan Mitchell one looked good after that 71-point game. Don't play. Don't play. He up there. He top six.
He ain't up near
He
nothing for the
top six
MVP.
MVP right now. I promise you.
No,
Top
he
six of what?
should.
Top
MVP
six
consideration.
MVP candidates that are under 6'6" and play in the East.
Yes.
Yeah, bro.
All right.
Devion,
who you got?
Pelicans,
Who you
yes.
got? I like it. I like your 5, Joe. I like your 5.
I like your 5 too, but I don't know about that, my brother. 1, 2, and 3. I don't really care how you put it in order. Brooklyn.
All right. You're not gonna start off with this bullshit,
Like,
Devion. You always like to just zoom through. You don't like to give numbers. I need to lose one, motherfucker. Take a stand.
Bro, I'm still with the Milwaukee Bucks. Number 1.
All right.
Celtics 2, Brooklyn 3, but I don't care if you mix those 3 up. I just think those are top 3 teams. Yeah, honestly. I personally, maybe I'm being a little fan, but I do agree. I think the Grizzlies is number 4. Like I like to see them. And number 5, man, I don't know with number 5.
It's for the show.
Yeah, bro. I told you, it's so hard because it's like realistically the team. I still think the Warriors will be number 5, where it's still like they are. You have to watch them. I know the record is one thing, but like the Cavaliers, I like them, but come on down. They run across a power team in the playoffs. What they gonna do, man?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The same Warriors right now, they run across a big dog. They go really have to play. You know what I'm saying? So I think Warriors is number 5. And the 6th honorable mention, I will give you the Pelicans. Because I think they're gonna be real dangerous in the playoffs. And I think if they get they might depending on who they get matched up with, it'll be more of like that's a good honorable mention. I think they're gonna be real scary in the playoffs. So that's my 5. Like number 5 was still hard though, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I was with you on your top 4. You kind of missed me with the one.
Bro, 5 is hard to be. I got 4.
So many good teams right there.
That's what I'm saying. John, that's what I'm saying. There's so many good teams. You chose a team that's in the fucking playing game right now.
But he made a good argument. We said it was
did.
just who's the best teams. You didn't say nothing about record.
Record don't matter too much to me with some of these things.
Let's not forget when Steph was playing, they were still a 500 team. All right,
let's
right.
not go crazy.
And come the playoffs, that won't.
No, I hear you. I'm not saying it's completely. I'm just saying.
But I feel you though. I'm not gonna get mad. Look, I ain't gonna get mad.
Right.
I can't get mad.
I can't believe he picked the Warriors. First of all, this dude. Bro, can't stand the Warriors and pick them.
I don't like them, but they've upset me against them. So I gotta keep respect.
Number 1.
I know Miami gonna be in there.
Number 1, I got the Brooklyn Nets.
Shocking.
With the KD, yes, the injury schedule, but I'm telling you, I've been watching them play. That team is fucking good, and it's everything. Back when last season we were talking about the trade with Harden and Ben Simmons, they look like exactly the way I would want that team to look after making that trade. Like, this was everything that I thought could be the win for the Nets. They have, when healthy, KD, Claxton, and Ben Simmons, and Royce O'Neal that can switch 1 through 5 and are not a mismatch.
That's a fact.
And then Kyrie's kind of he's a little bit of a liability on defense, but
he's just that's all offense.
What he gives you on offense, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And Kyrie can sit for 3 minutes if he needs to. He'll sit in that chair if he needs to.
Yeah, come playoff time, I think Kyrie he'll be all right. Like the defensive versatility that they have to go with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving offensively, finding ways to still move the ball, that's what I was really paying attention to. I was really watching the game, obviously, on Sunday. And the way that they moved the ball on offense and then played on defense, like I'm telling you, like I could tell the Heat got up for that game, and the type of hell the Heat were in trying to even just get a shot off in the first quarter.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
if they're
scary.
playing defense like this, they're my favorite. If they're playing defense like that, they're my favorite. Number
But
two,
I like
number
that.
two, I'm going. I don't really like to do this, but I'm going Denver. I think that team has been kind of reshaped a lot, and I like the way that they play together. Jokic is honestly kind of earning a third straight MVP. I don't think he'll get it, but the way he's playing has been incredible. And like they have such a patience, and they know exactly what they're trying to do when they try and score, like in clutch time. Beautiful basketball. And Jokic is a very underrated defender. I think a lot of people see his lack of foot speed, like, oh, he's going to be a terrible defender. He's actually, I think, an above-average defender, protecting the rim and actually creating deflections when put in pick and rolls.
He uses his body really well, like
He does.
really
He does
well for
positioning
being that big.
because he's
Yeah.
so fucking smart. That's what it is.
Yeah.
He's just fucking smart. Number 3, I'm waffling between 3 and 4, but number 3, I'm going to go Boston. Tatum and Brown taking their games up another level, especially Jason Tatum. I think Jason Tatum, he's got to be in the MVP conversation, I think, as well. The way he's been playing both sides of the floor, playmaking a little bit more this year. Really like what they're doing. I think it's just they've slowed down a little bit lately. I think that's mostly integrating Rob Williams back. Before they were really rolling offensively. Now they're kind of shifting more towards that defensive-minded team that can turn on the offense when they need to. Number 4, Milwaukee. Giannis is still that guy, still the best player in the world. I'm a little worried about his knee because it seems like he's going to keep trying to play through this little knee injury. And I think it would be best if he just sat down for a little bit, but I don't know if he's going to do it. But that team, fully loaded. Bobby Portis, my 6th man of the year so far. Like, love everything that they're doing. And then 5, I'm going to go Pelicans. This is obviously my expectation that Zion will be back, and I don't think there's anything super like season-ending concerning with his hamstring. So I think the way that they've played, the point Zion role that he's been playing, hey, watch out for them. I will say I will give your Grizzlies. They would probably be my 6. I think the Grizzlies are playing very well as well, and they deserve the recognition.
I got a question for you, bro. So you pretty much buying into the hype with the Nuggets. Do you really think they'll get over the hump this year in the playoffs? Like, do you think they can really go all the way to the finals this year? You think so?
Mm-hmm. I think so. Right. My biggest question for the Nuggets would be if the Warriors turn it on. Like, if the Warriors find their groove, then you know how quickly I will go back to the Warriors. Like, I'm not out on the Warriors, but just right now, like I was saying earlier in the show, they're missing those gritty pieces off the bench. Like, when Draymond sits, that team is soft. That is a soft fucking team when Draymond sits, and I'm sorry, like that's just that. Like, we always think about the 3-point shooting with the Warriors and like the offense. When they've won, they have been a great defensive team. They are not a great defensive team this year. So that's kind of why I'm a little lower on the. I didn't think they'd have this much of a fall off by losing just bench players that were good, above average defenders. So that's kind of where I'm at with them. But maybe we'll do like a little poll somewhere. Maybe we can get people to vote on our top 5.
And has there ever, I don't know this, but has it ever been a big man who's averaged a triple-double for the season? Like, when it's all said and done, his averages are a triple-double?
I
think so. I mean, I think the only people that have done it is Oscar and Russ.
That's what I thought. Jokic might do it. He real close to like a triple-double for the season. I think he averaged like 9 something assists. He like 25, 10, and like 9 or some shit. So I think he like
yes,
real
nine
close,
nine
ain't he?
9.7 assists right now.
So
Who's still the leader? Halliburton's still the leader,
hey,
Yep,
bro,
Halliburton's still the leader.
and then it's
if
Trey.
if he gets the
Yeah.
triple double, I'll say this: if he gets the triple double, I think he's gonna get the MVP.
No,
I don't
he's
think
not
you.
getting
I don't.
MVP
You can't. How can you not give it to him?
Oh, if
because
if
the
he averages a
media
triple double,
votes.
he's
Oh,
But
if he
I'm
gets
saying
triple
he's
double, yeah,
But
you
you
bro.
kind
know
They're gonna
we-
see a center that averages a triple. Hell
You
yeah.
gotta have to.
Because
So that's
imagine you
fair.
see
You
what
gotta
Russ
have
did it. We expected somebody like Russ to be able to get it, but Jokic,
a big
you
that's
never
fair.
thought, but you never
That's
thought
fair.
he'd get. I think he'd get
That's
MVP,
fair.
but that's what he'd have to do to get the MVP.
Yes,
Yeah,
because the
Donovan
media
Mitchell
not voting
was
for him 3 times in a row. They're not gonna
Donovan
do
Mitchell
it.
should not get it. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I know he's playing well, 71 points, amazing
So when
game.
they
That
be a top
71,
3 seed, I'm just like, no, let me stop.
no, that 71 was amazing. But come on now, we gotta stop devaluing the MVP. Like we have to. Like
They
actually give it
devalued
to
it
the
when they
best.
gave Steve Nash the MVP. So you way late on that. You way
Hey, you
late.
right, bro. Shaq show should have got it, but hey,
He gave it to him
we're not
twice.
gonna.
Come on now. Sorry.
Hey, that's all I'm saying. Look,
All right. A team that none of us even thought about putting in our top 5, who is typically in the playoffs year in and year out, the Toronto Raptors. Buy or sell that they are going to miss the playoffs. They are currently sitting at the 11, and when I say miss the playoffs, I mean miss the play-in. So like finish below the 10 seed in the East. They are currently sitting at 11. They are a game behind Chicago, a game and a half behind Atlanta for 9, and then it goes to 3.5 behind the Heat at 8. Washington is a game behind them, with Bradley Beal expected to come back soon.
Give
So-
Jordan Goodwin his damn contract. Damn a 2-way
Give that man
contract.
some-
Give
first
that
of
man
all-
an NBA contract.
Give that man some fucking minutes right now.
Seriously.
Stop playing with that boy.
Seriously.
But Joe, start with you. Raptors, buy or sell? They're gonna miss the
Man,
playoffs.
They
hey,
gonna
bro,
miss the
what you have
playoffs.
the Raptors at again?
I don't remember. I had them in the play-in probably because they got Scotty Barnes. That's about it. Like Pascal Siakam, not that
Spicy
dude.
P,
Like,
Fred
no,
Van Vliet.
no.
That name
That-
is still crazy.
Spicy
Oh
P is
man,
awful.
Spicy P.
Awful.
Oh
Awful.
man, I'm gonna be
No,
quiet.
bro, they not good. Like I don't know why. Like once Kawhi left and they had a decent season after he left, they thought like, okay, we got the pieces and they gonna develop and grow, but they peaked. Like you got Scotty Barnes, you need to trade Pascal Siakam and Van
Hey,
Fleet because they
Scotty's
peaked.
had a rough second year.
Well, I
rough
mean, yeah,
second year so
it's
far.
only 2 years though. Like, we saw what he could be. Like it is whatever people take step back. Look at Anthony Edwards. He took a step back early on in the season, so shit happens. He'll figure it out. But Spicy P and Van Fleet, they peaked. You don't have a good roster, to be honest. So, I mean, I don't like the Chicago Bulls that much this year either. That's the only team I can see them jumping, but I don't think so. I don't think just the way they looked all year long, they have not looked good. So they should sell the season themselves. To be honest, I'm selling it.
Sell themselves. All right, Devion, what you got? Buy or sell?
Oh shit. Yeah, they suck. I ain't gonna lie. It's just like no good way to say. I thought I didn't think they'd be good, but I thought they'd get the 8th seed or somewhere around it. I think they can jump the Bulls, but yeah, the Bulls are still playing a little bit better than them. Not by much. They still suck too, but will they get to the play-in game? Oh man, they have to have like it'll be like at the very very end. So I think I think they go. Nah, I think they wash. I think this is it. Like we've seen the Toronto Raptors hold on for as long as possible, and now they're going back to the real Raptors. So I think
That was pretty good. That was fair.
yeah, they
Yeah,
suck.
man, they are tough to figure out because like they got a lot of pieces that people would want to trade for. Like contenders would want to trade for. The thing is though, like, do you really like? If you're the Raptors, what do you want? Right? Like,
You're not getting a first round pick
they'll get some first round picks for sure.
for Spicy P
That-
and
For Pascal or OG Anunoby, like they will get a first round pick for them.
No way.
from
Oh, yeah,
contender
they
teams
will.
that are going to be
Oh,
outside
yes,
the
they will.
lottery? Yes, they will.
They will.
Oh, outside the lottery, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
But it doesn't matter whoever they get. Like
That's
they're
what I'm
not
saying.
going
Like,
to replace them.
do you really want those picks? Like, those aren't desirable.
aren't-
That's not gonna get you Victor. That's not gonna get you Scoop.
No.
Right? Like, that's not gonna.
Do nothing.
It's not gonna do anything for you. So it's like I don't
You're
know.
just blowing your team up. Like literally just blowing your team up and hoping somebody
Right. I mean, I
turns
guess
out
like
to
you
be
could
okay.
you could say like maybe at this point just trade them all away. Like maybe they fall far enough to where they are in the lottery themselves for one of those top
That's what
couple
they
picks.
need
But
to do.
yeah, God, this one's so hard because they always seem to fucking find a way in.
Yeah, it's the last
That's what it's
three
like.
games.
It's hard.
Bro.
It's hard to say like
It's gonna be like
yes,
the last
they are
three
going to miss
games.
the playoffs, but I got to, bro. Like, who are they gonna knock out? The other team, Joe, like the Bulls, maybe. The Hawks seem like they're kind of
They-
fucked up right now.
Oh, something's
No,
going on
I'm
with the
still,
Hawks.
but I still
Maybe
think
they
they're
could get
gonna
the
slightly
Hawks.
be better. They still
But like they're not
are
getting
slightly
anybody
better.
8 and up. Like they're not getting the Heat, Knicks, Pacers. Like they're not gonna get any of them. So
Bro, go back to what you just said. Did we ever think we'd hear somebody say that they're not gonna beat the Knicks? Like that's just
Yeah,
that's just crazy to me.
the Knicks
like
have been hooping.
I know. I didn't even have them in fucking. I had them at the bottom of the.
No,
bracket.
I think that's probably the team that we all had probably in or had the Raptors in for. Is probably the Knicks.
Yeah.
We probably didn't
Uh-huh.
probably the Knicks, but Tom Thibodeau.
Jeez.
But this actually brings it. So I saw this on Twitter. Take this little caption away because it's not relevant anymore. But I want to take us back to our Luka conversation a couple episodes ago, where y'all were already trying to proclaim this man to be a top 5 point guard ever, some shit better than
I
Chris
understand
Paul, whatever.
Yeah.
Y'all were saying he's already better than Chris Paul career wise.
I said it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
everyone
dude.
and so I've seen this on Twitter quite a bit now. Like, when are the Mavericks going to trade for somebody for Luka? And so here's my thing: the Knicks sucked last year, right? What was the only real addition they made?
Oh God, don't Will.
Don't do this.
my
Come on, bro.
God.
Luka's
You gotta
teammate,
do this.
Luka's
Don't do
teammate, Jalen Brunson.
Don't do this, dog. That Dallas roster is
Oh,
trash.
man.
That
No,
Dallas roster
I'm not
is-
saying it's a
no.
great roster right now. I'm not saying it's a
It
great
was-
roster right now.
It's just a terrible. It was
I know
terrible
he
to
tried
let
to do-
him go, and we
He was
said
really
that.
dumb.
And
Because he
look
needed
at
another person to take the ball away from Luka. You're right. He
Yes.
needed somebody to take the ball out of Luka's hands.
I'm just
but
saying
compliments him
he's
too, though.
thriving in New York right now.
I mean,
He was
Porzingis-
thriving. He was thriving. in the
Porzingis
Mavericks.
is thriving in Washington right now.
Don't do that, bro.
At
Bro, they
some
number
point,
11. I ain't trying to hear that. They
Everybody
number
can't play with LeBron either.
well, first of
so
all,
I'm just saying.
it's not Porzingis' fault that Brad can't stay on the goddamn court. Love
It
don't
Brad,
matter.
but he
Hey.
ain't playing basketball this year.
Hey, it don't
You
matter to
might
me.
as well not.
He
Porzingis
bottom of
been
the
put-
barrel.
Porzingis
You could be
been
doing
putting
great
up
on
25 to 30 and 11.
And they still suck.
All I'm saying
and
is at
Exactly.
some point, Luka has to use the players that they give him.
I give you that. He need to give them the ball more. I give you that. He needs to elevate his teammates.
well,
I
who
think
does
that-
well, that?
But
I
you
think
you
that
were
comes to a
you weren't able to
respect
you
thing,
weren't
though.
able to make it on this last week, Joe. But me and Devian talked about this. We were obviously giving Luka his praise for his 60-20-10 game.
Yeah.
But the only point that I was making was like, this is not a sustainable thing for them in the future.
We've seen
you
James
were
Harden
right.
try to do this.
Like it's too much on like Luka is making himself do too much. So
Because he feel like he has to. Tim Hardaway Jr. can't be the second best player on the team.
Look,
The Christian Wood trade was the biggest bust of a trade that he could have done.
but let me
They
ask you a
made a
question
lot
though.
Getting rid of
Like-
Rick Carlisle so Luka don't have
I
to
just
have
want
a lot
y'all
of
to
pressure
remember
was a bad move.
that
I mean,
they
still do
were-
have Jason Kidd as the coach.
they
was supposed to
were
change things
winning
around.
playoff
They still-
games last year when Luka was hurt and not playing. Like that
Don't do
roster's not
Don't do
that bad.
No,
They
the
were.
roster ain't that bad. I can't take nothing away from the roster at all.
They don't compliment Luka.
But here's the thing about it is it does come like I said, it's a question where he is the best player on the team, but in my opinion, he don't really respect too many people's game on that he's playing.
He doesn't. You don't trust him.
Here's
And
That's
that's
fair.
here's my thing. I feel like we're at a crossroads with Luka, right?
Mhm.
Not many people can be LeBron James, right?
That's
There's
a fact.
LeBron. There's like a Magic Johnson. Like that ability to like balance, always having the ball in your hands, but keeping all of your teammates involved enough to where when you need them, they will hit shots. Right.
Yeah.
Luka is, to me, in my opinion, is close to an inflection point between going LeBron this way, James Harden this way.
Yes,
Which
I
one?
agree.
Which one are you going to be? Right now, if there's me in the middle, I'm leaning James Harden way. It's
But
looking a
didn't they
little
get
James
Jason
Hardenish.
Kidd for a reason though? Wasn't that point of getting rid of Rick Carlisle and bringing in Jason Kidd?
Not if you wanted Luka to be less selfish. Rick Carlisle is quintessential.
That's what
My
I'm saying.
point guard is a
That's why
point
it doesn't
guard.
make sense. That's why it doesn't make sense to me. Why they went and got Jason Kidd because they thought Jason Kidd was going to teach them how to play point guard.
Let me ask you this, Joe.
Look at the
if
Indiana
Luka
Pacers looking pretty damn decent.
Joe, put your owner cap on. Say you're Mark Cuban. Luka says, "I'm done playing for this coach." What are you gonna do?
Get rid of coach.
Get rid of the coach.
You're going to have to get rid of him. You're going to have to get rid of him. Yeah, you're right.
Because ain't nobody coming to play for Rick Carlisle.
Have Dirk, I'm gonna be like, yo, Dirk, you need to talk to him.
Hey,
like, you
but
Rick Carlisle
got the Pacers
looking pretty damn good.
No, you're absolutely right. Is he a great coach? Yeah, but I don't.
Halliburton leading the league in assists right now. His point guard.
Hey, bro. You can't take nothing away from Rick Carlisle, but as be real with you, these players ain't like.
They ain't
I'm not gonna say they make the smartest decisions where they're gonna go and play for the best coach.
No, I mean, Rick Carlisle, he can be a hard ass. Like
if he's a hard ass, exactly.
But that's what you need to win, though. Like he is like the perfect coach. What you need to win, or go get a dinky ass team, or like a team that's young. He can really groom them, But Luka, it just be real with you, bro. Like he probably respected, he respect J Kids, certain things, but he has to go get some player that compliments him that he actually respects. That enough to where he will take less shots, defer to somebody else, and let them do it. But that's the owner and the coach.
It all comes down to
trust.
It all comes down to trust, right? Like
that's all it comes down to.
And like this is what tells me Luka just does not ever trust teammates. Like I'm not going to put it on these teammates because it to me his whole career does not change.
He hasn't had any teammates.
He doesn't trust that if he gives up the ball, right, that something good can happen. Like he thinks every possession that he is not dictating the possession, something bad's going to happen. That's not good. That's not being a good leader, right? Like if you're gonna be that guy, like that's why like I've always thought, and Joe, you've known me a little longer than Devion, but like Devion, y'all both know, I have never gotten on LeBron for passing to anybody for a last-second shot. I remember when he was in Miami, he passed to Udonis Haslem for a last-second shot that Haslem ended up missing. And I said, that was a great pass. Because you know why? Because later, it might not be the last shot of the game, but it might be with 40 seconds left. He's going to make that bitch, right? If you're Luka's teammate, you don't know when you're going to get the ball. You damn sure don't think you're going to get the ball if it's an important possession. You think he's going to shoot it over 3 people before throwing you the fucking ball. And like I don't buy into that kind of basketball. I don't buy into
That's a great point. That's a great point. Yeah, that is like the difference of when you trust your players and nobody, like we talked about that off the camera, like you gotta always be willing to trust somebody else, and you can't think you're the best person or smartest person. Like somebody else can do your job too. They might not do it the way you do it, but as long as the end results are the same, and that's why I say, like, I agree with you. It's up to the ownership or whoever you hire, the front office, to go find somebody like that, so Luka can be great. Because
I don't know how do you get that into Luka, right? Like, how do you get that into a young player who's had as much success as Luka and as much praise, right? Like whoever in the media or like anywhere, like damn sure not in Dallas, right? Like whoever criticizes him. Like he's got to be one of the most beloved superstars. Like what? Maybe Skip Bayless, but like no one's ever gonna take fucking Skip Bayless.
Nobody cares about
right?
Skip Bayless. Yeah.
Everyone's always saying like, they call him like Baby Bird, or they call like all these little nicknames. Like they throw so much hype on this man. Why should he change? Until he gets to a point in his career where he's like, fuck, I still haven't won. And you're kind of seeing that with Harden right now. Harden's starting to not play
Yeah.
James Harden anymore. He's like, I kind of want to win one.
I got the answer to that question, Will. Hire Jerry what is Jerry West?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not letting him go.
That's not the answer. He the only person we
He
ever
know how to
seen
do
it. I don't know what he say to him, but you want to win? This what we about to do. That's the only person who got the answer because he did it
I
like
said the
what?
Clippers, the Warriors. Whoever's
Yeah,
got him.
it was the Clippers last who had.
It was the Clippers.
The
It was
Clippers.
the Warriors,
I'm sure
then the
Clippers.
Clippers.
Yeah.
It was the Warriors, then Clippers.
Yeah, but hey, I
And then
think
last
the
year, the
only
Lakers
person-
took away his season tickets. So
Yeah,
that's why they sucked
Bro.
last year. That's why they suck still.
Bro.
And this is what look.
I
and this
forgot
is they
about that,
payback.
Joe.
It's they
Fucking
payback.
wild. Yeah, exactly. Fucking wild.
Yeah, that just hurt my feelings again, y'all.
It's
I
Still-
did just push that out of my memory, my boy. But
All right,
Hey.
let's wrap
1
it
year.
up. You know how we do it. We choose love. We choose violence. Joe, I'm gonna let you start this one
Woo.
off.
Man, something must be wrong with me today, bro. Because I'm tired of giving Boston Celtics love, bro. I can't do it no more. I can't do it. But I'm gonna give Jason Tatum love. I'm giving Jason Tatum some love. He done broke
Great.
another Celtics record. St. Louis's own has the most points scored in the first half of the season for the Boston Celtics. He's in front of John Havlicek, Larry Bird, and Paul Pierce. 1,197.
You don't have to mention that last name.
Oh, Paul Pierce?
Yeah, you don't have to mention that one.
Them
Look,
three
he-
big, right?
please don't get him started on here. Oh God.
But anyway.
You're close to making me change my answer to violence just to go violence.
Please
Paul
don't
Pierce
do
for
it.
no fucking reason.
Yo.
But hey, I just wanted to give the St. Louis native credit for making history for the Boston Celtics, even though I can't stand the Celtics.
Fuck the Celtics. Keep doing your thing, Jason Tatum.
Facts.
Devion, what you got?
I am going to love my fellow brethren Will for finally buying into the Brooklyn Nets. I'm so
it took
happy.
2
Will.
years, but you got
It took so long, but you have finally seen what we have seen just this season. The rest
I
of
was
the
like,
season,
don't be talking about 2 years.
Nah.
Their ass got swept out the first round last year.
I
right.
We're gonna
I
talk
only
about
get-
that. We're gonna talk about that.
I only got hope for him this year. This is the only year I got hope from. The other season, I
Look,
agree.
I'm
with you.
pretty sure I still had the Nets
But-
like in the top 4 for the East.
No.
Right, like
It's you
Chill
bought
out.
into them though. Like it's a difference.
Yeah,
Top
the
4 is a
one.
difference when you can see them winning it all. Will I can see it in your
Why
eyes?
too and everything? Yeah, you ain't lying.
We can see it. I'm so proud of you for finally taking the glasses off, man. Like,
bro, they had to earn it. They actually had to fucking do it first.
I
Y'all
feel
just trying
you,
to
bro.
y'all just trying to throw praise at a bunch of names.
No. I'm not. No.
They still fragile to me. Don't get
No,
it. We
you-
can do this. We can
first
do this
off-
next time. Do our updated power rankings next week, and they could plumb it out to fucking 5 without
It will be
fucking pickle that team.
How about you gonna put the Heat up in there?
No, they got a long road ahead of them to earn that. Long road.
I just check.
That boy said, just check it, boy. Boy, this is great. Will buying into the Nets. Joe seeing the Heat suffer. This
It's
is
great. All
the
we need is
Warriors.
Lakers to win.
Yeah, the Warriors are doing bad, but that still don't make me feel good until they get knocked out the playoffs.
You gotta know that they're gonna be bad for a long time. That's
Yeah,
what-
if I know they bad, then I'm like, yeah,
It has to be
my life is
consistently
complete,
bad for me to be like,
Nope.
yes.
Hey, Will. Hey, bro. Congratulations. Welcome to our world, bro. We had an extra seat
I
for
want
you.
them
We
to
was
be
waiting
begging
on
for
you.
Chris Mullins back. That's how bad I want them to get.
Oh God. We should kept Zubac.
All right.
Get Zubac back.
All right. So I'm gonna go love for in this. Don't usually do this. Love for Bills Mafia and the rest of the NFL community for raising the $7.5 million for DeMar Hamlin
That's cool.
after his big scare on Monday Night Football.
I ain't gonna
2
lie.
weeks ago, last week.
I was gonna call you lame for taking a media take, but I like this spin.
No. Shout out to all the people that donated money. That's dope. That was obviously terrifying. What a lot of us fucking watched on television or in person if you were at the stadium. So happy he's okay. Looks like he went home today. DeMar Hamlin went home today. like actually out of the hospital, so that's good. And I'm sure he was fucking ecstatic when he saw $7.5 million to a foundation goal of 2,500. So
Boy, you
that's
hear me?
dope. Hey, shout out. Sometimes society can be good, every once in a while.
As long as you
But
entertain them.
facts. We are 3 into possible. Oh, before
Sorry.
we sign off, technically going off at the bottom here, but if you like daily fantasy sports, Jock Market, 100% deposit match. Use a promo code STARNS, my last name, STARNES. It will match. I believe it's up to $50 or $100. They'll match your first deposit. So go do that shit. I'm gonna start making some videos about how to make some money on there because I've been making money on there. Want to help y'all out after you put that deposit in there. So, 3 into possible. We